Hi everyone. So Jasmine this side. So this is my first ever video that I'm making for my YouTube channel, and I've been thinking about it for some time. I have all these amazing thoughts and all these amazing ideas in my head, and sometimes my head hurts. And I've been talking to friends and a lot of people who really inspire me, and they have been saying, let it out or create or do something with these ideas. And sometimes most of these ideas have no sense or they're just half baked. So I thought, okay, why not just put it out in the universe and see. So talking to the camera, that's what I'm gonna do for the next. Okay, let's see how many minutes I'm able to do this. I must say it's a little interesting. I thoroughly enjoy being on the camera, but this is after a very long time, doing this kind of a setup, just looking at yourself with no audience. And so, just for the companionship, I got a horse. This is a little toy from my collection. I really enjoy these. And the light setting, I always feel like we don't have enough magic or what is it called? It feels like sometimes we don't have enough colors. So why not create this magic for the video? And on the other side, I have my friend Kiran. So he's helping me with all this. So one of those random thoughts that I think a lot about is my relationship with the music. It might sound very, normal for everybody, but this is something I've really struggled all my life with, relationship with music. तुम जब भी किसी से मिलते हो या पहली बार बात करते हो अक्सर म्यूजिक के बारे में काफ़ी बात होती है. कौन सा म्यूजिक पसंद है, कैसा सुनते हो, क्या क्या पसंद करते हो, क्या सुन के मज़ा आता है. एंड आई ऑफ्टन हैव हैड वेरी हार्ड टाइम विद दिस क्योंकि मुझे ज़्यादा कुछ फील नहीं होता. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, मैं म्यूजिक डेफ हूँ. एंड फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम आई जस्ट फेक्ड इट. रहमान was always the favorite. You always say these names क्योंकि सबको पसंद है. And it took me some time, and I would say post 30 that I was really comfortable saying कि शायद मुझे म्यूजिक इतना पसंद नहीं और शायद मुझे म्यूजिक पसंद ही ना हो. So there are these lot of people out there, and I do think there's a community out there, who are music deaf. So in a way, this is also a call out for those kind of people that. Are you out there who don't feel anything, or maybe music doesn't move you the way it moves everyone around you? And I even thought, I started thinking about like why is that music as a language or music as something doesn't move me? I remember a friend of mine, a good friend of mine once, he asked me that if you don't listen to music, how do you escape from this world? How do you escape from this misery of this world? Music is the only escape. And I was very surprised by it because I never thought about music as an escape. I've always seen people, friends, my partner, they just plug in and they just seem to feel completely disconnected. They're in their own world. And I've always been jealous of that. But somehow I can't seem to, just escape. And I think it's a lot to do with how music works. I feel like there's so much happening. And in my head, there's so much of focus that music requires out of you. There is the sound, there is the lyrics, there is the beats, there is the imagination. When something plays, when you're just listening, it's your vivid imagination. And my imagination runs all over the place. So it's always been very interesting. I've lost on beautiful dates with beautiful people where the moment I say, I'm really not into music, that I get unmatched. Or I've had dates where the moment music conversation starts, I freeze. I'm even one of those people who go to the restaurant and, who will say, ki, bhaiya, please music kam kar do, ya bandi kar do aap. So yeah, it's been very tough. But it's also very interesting ki for some of us, it's very difficult. And sometimes I've been really trying to pick up that ear again. Like, what if I don't have a music ear, but I would like to develop how to go about it? So I've been trying to do that. Slowly, teach myself to listen to music. Teach myself, is there a way I can maybe like it? Because I also want to be part of that world, which enjoys. I sometimes feel like I'm missing out. So yeah, I think that it's very, very interesting that not everybody out there enjoys music. Not everybody out there gets moved by music, and I really want us to think about it. What is this role of music? This pervasive nature. कि हम सबकी life में music है, and I'm not talking about the music that we all listen because it's trending. We all have a क्या कहते हैं? It's like an escape, a secret world where if you're feeling sad, you listen to certain kind of music. If you're feeling really happy, it is a way. It's your getaway to something else. It's not like I don't listen to any music. Over time, I have trained myself, especially when I'm extremely happy or extremely sad, that I listen to Sanjay Leela Bansali's music. And I'm a person who goes on loop. मैं loop में एक ही गाना 1000 बारी सुन सकती हूँ कि to the extent of lyrics, intonation, आवाज, everything, it runs. And in that way, I'm a student who teaches herself even how to feel. Sometimes when I don't, like, I know I should be crying and I don't feel like crying, I have trained myself कि ये music बजाने से शायद आंसू आएंगे. So yeah, I find it extremely interesting, this conversation, and please let me know what do you think about music, and if possible, leave comments that does music move you? What is your relationship with the music? I remember one of the most difficult things I have felt about music is, so I do like instrumentals, and I've always find it fascinating that, without lyrics, without any words, how can the sounds or just intonation, ye आवाज ऊपर नीचे जाना, can, hit you, can make you feel sad, like an opera or an orchestra, या some Carnatic music, या बांसुरी, या piano. One note, ding, makes you feel something. How can that tune, affect a part of your brain? I'm sure there is a reason to it, but it can't just be neurologic. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that word. It can't just be something related to your brain. How can just a sound or a vibration affect the way you think about it? So yeah, over time, I'm slowly trying to become a student of music. I'm training my ear to listen to different kind of music. I'm training myself to feel affected by music. And I know a lot of people say that no, be yourself, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, अगर music feel नहीं कर रहा है, music मत करो. But नहीं, I do sometimes feel like I'm missing out. Like sometimes when I'm just standing and it's raining, I feel like I'm the only person listening to the rain, whereas the rest of the world is listening to music, or they are plugged. So sometimes even I long to hear the other sounds, or at least get moved by it. So yeah, I really do hope that at least some part of it made sense to you. अगर अच्छा लगा या अगर आपको कोई भी reaction हो, especially on music, I'm really interested and curious to know how does it work for you. Yeah, so until then, I'm just gonna end. This is my first video, and I really hope so I'm able to do more and more topics and themes I think a lot of us out there should be talking about. Bye.